So guys, the markets are getting a little bit of relief right now. Altcoins are kind of pumping, and right now specific indicators around Bitcoin dominance and also Tether dominance, as well as the M2 money supply chart, are really pointing to the fact when altcoins are going to get the liquidity that they need, when Bitcoin is actually going to start shooting up really hard, and overall exactly what's going to be happening in the next few weeks and few months for the crypto markets, for altcoins, as well as those larger caps like Bitcoin. If you're new to my channel, go and check out the rest of my content though. I'm an intermediate trader documenting my journey, showing you guys my wins, my losses, keeping you guys updated around specific indicators for Bitcoin and altcoins, so you can understand how liquidity shifts in the market, rotations take place so that we can make the most gains, as well as overall just look for the most opportunity in the space. Right now, there are specific indicators around Tether dominance and Bitcoin dominance that are showing that liquidity shift. There's also a specific chart around the M2 money supply that I want you guys to be aware of that points to the fact when Bitcoin starts to top out, which also lets us know when altcoins are going to get the liquidity that they need. So overall guys, I want to talk about those specific charts, the sentiment in the space, and exactly what you need to be doing. Overall though, let's jump into it. So guys, as I said, we did see a little bit of relief today. Bitcoin jumped up to around that 97,000, sitting at 96 yesterday. Overall, altcoins are starting to rally pretty significantly. Some up around 8%, others like around 4 to 5%. And usually guys, whenever the markets start to get a little bit of relief, you want to see your projects pump up, just because the best projects are going to be rallying once the markets start to get that relief. But guys, we've been following specific indicators around Bitcoin dominance, these specific trend lines, and how we're starting to break out and how it's having an effect on the altcoin market. You can see on the total 2 chart guys, we've been following this for the past 2 weeks, and before we saw all this red in the market, whenever we're sitting really crazy, I talked about how this was potentially going to be happening, and now it is occurring. And right now, you know, overall Benjamin Cohen has been talking all around Bitcoin dominance, just pretty much of where we were in the previous cycle and exactly how it's having an effect right now, and pretty much the percentages we're probably going to hit before we start to see it crash back down. But one chart that we haven't been talking about, that I talked about in a few other videos about a week ago, was USDT dominance guys, Tether dominance, just because Tether dominance and Bitcoin dominance correlate, and whenever we see both of these assets start to pump back up, that's whenever altcoins are going to start to get squeezed. Justin Bennett talks about it. He says beautiful USDT D. He says he talked about this all month about not positioning himself in longs around altcoins, which that's why I was letting you guys know on this YouTube channel, if you were anticipating a dip like me, you weren't buying. I didn't buy anything. I still haven't bought anything. I was thinking about buying today, but everything started to rally. So overall, I'm still kind of waiting for another dip, especially with the holiday season happening. People are with their families. It's Friday right now. People are checking their portfolios. They're buying the market. There's a lot of different things happening. But, you know, right here, Justin Bennett says he talked about this all month, and it's one of the primary reasons he avoided perp longs, especially on altcoins. Tether dominance is now carving a potential higher low off of support. Not sure if we get it, but the absolute ideal buying zone for crypto is 4.5 to 4.7. So guys, if it hits this top red arrow zone, this is where we could potentially start to see, you know, the specific squeeze for altcoins when everything starts to crash significantly and you want to start to buy. This is why I told you you want to dollar cost average, just because he even says, you know, we're not sure if we're going to be getting that percentage zone, but in the sense that we do, it's great to have some side income on the side, some dry powder, so that you can throw it to the market when altcoins are getting squeezed. Right now, we are going to keep up with this chart, USDT, and how it is starting to wick back up. And if it starts to break out of this zone, guys, exactly how we're seeing Bitcoin dominance do, then this is where we can actually start to see altcoins dip even harder. And, you know, when that happens, a lot of people are going to get squeezed out of the market. A lot of people are going to start capitulating, but that's when you need to start buying a dip. And, you know, keeping up with channels like me, Playboy G, keeping up with the day-to-day events, overall you're going to get more confidence in the market, how liquidity is moving, and overall just understand exactly where the money's at and when it's going to be coming back into your portfolio. Now, in terms of that M2 money supply, I want you guys to go follow Virtual Bacon. He's a great person to follow in terms of alpha in the crypto markets, sentiment around specific altcoins, as well as overall just his perspective on the crypto space. He also is a great founder of some amazing projects. So like I said, go follow Virtual Bacon, learn about him, and go follow a little bit more of what he's doing. As you can see, he's an investor in over 100 plus crypto startups, but he pretty much made a great 1 to 2 minute post talking about the M2 money supply and how that supply growth correlates to the Bitcoin high. highs. And overall, it says Bitcoin's price aligns with M2 money supply growth, but it's not instant. While Bitcoin fell post rate cut, M2 growth often fuels rallies over time, as seen in 2015 and 2017. In that zone, guys, you can see right here in this middle zone with this green chart, practically this is where it was a 2-year period, we saw the M2 money supply just rally up. And this is whenever Bitcoin saw its peak before starting to crash down. And overall, it says liquidity trends not having cycles are key. Patience is crucial to see the next big move. So keeping up with the M2 money supply is another big chart. And I'm going to start pulling it up on this YouTube channel just so we can see it on a day-to-day basis exactly how it's moving. You can see it in previous cycles, how it peaked out. And that's whenever Bitcoin peaked out, Bitcoin dominance as well. And then from there, everything started crashing. Liquidity started moving into altcoins. So this is another great indicator, guys, that I'm going to start putting on the YouTube channel. And overall, I want you guys to get more familiar with, just because the M2 money supply is showing exactly how much money is moving in the markets, overall the money in your pocket as well, and exactly how the economy is doing. The more money that is in the markets, the more money and liquidity can shift into crypto. It's just basic. It's basic stuff, guys. Overall, though, Mustache talks about how altcoins right now, the total 3 chart is back in the falling wedge. Nice, disgusting fake out. I hope you survived this brutal shakeout. I expect a little choppy until New Year's Eve and a gigantic alt season in Q1. I can't say it often enough. Altcoins are going to take over. And right here, guys, I think one of the biggest things that he says, I expect a little choppy until New Year's Eve and a gigantic alt season in Q1. Just because I've been talking about how, guys, right now already it's Friday, people are looking at their portfolios. They looked at a lot of coins are down. People are allocating to the markets. Retail investors, they're going to hit the weekend. They're probably going to keep on hitting that. Next week, we're going to have Christmas. People are going to be with their families. People are going to be talking about crypto. People are going to be talking about, hey, I made this much money. And overall, a lot of different things are going to be happening. Also, people are going to be getting money for Christmas. There's lots of different things that are going to be happening. And that's why I think past New Year's Eve, even a week past that point, I think we're going to be seeing, some pumps in the market. But that do not get, faked out by that. And also, do not start to sell your coins from the fake outs that we start to see. At the end of the day, if you want to try to cut some off of the top of your portfolio, and we probably are going to see pumps and dumps, you can do that by all means. But whenever you try to time the market, you are now shifting from an investor to a trader. And whenever you start to trade, that's whenever you start to lose a ton of money if you do not know what you're doing. I have a great understanding of the market, how everything shifts, the sentiment, and even then, I do not feel 100% confident in doing rotations. I have done rotations on this YouTube channel, which is why I have made some crazy amounts. But overall, guys, you need to understand the difference between a trader and an investor. But that is currently what's taking place in the markets, guys. Bitcoin dominance, Tether dominance are starting to shoot up. Both of those charts have a correlation as to where liquidity is moving in the market. When we see both of those start to rally, altcoins get squeezed like crazy. The M2 money supply is also going to let us know when Bitcoin is going to be topping out. And right now, it is not at a zone where it is topping out. We still need more money to move into the markets. And in Q1, when we start to see, the inauguration take place, more specific regulations start to take place in the U.S. economy, and overall, we see Fed cuts and a lot more stuff come into the markets. That's whenever we're going to start seeing a gradual shift and the money printers start to turn on. But overall, guys, I want to run back through everything we talked about today and then also let you know exactly what I'm going to be doing. So right now, guys, like how I said, everything kind of got a little bit of relief. Bitcoin sitting at 97,000. Altcoins, a lot of them are up 8%, 5% for the 24-hour. Like I said, the best coins, the strongest coins are going to be rallying whenever we see relief in the market. So gravitate towards the strongest coins, guys. Overall, Bitcoin dominance and the total 2 chart are the 2 specific indicators we have been following, specific charts, just to let us know exactly where that liquidity is shifting to. But the USDT dominance chart is another chart that we're starting to keep up with, just because it is starting to wick back up. And overall, it is going more than likely to break out of this zone. Benjamin Cohen has been preaching about Bitcoin dominance just because it is a great specific indicator, letting us know how altcoins are getting squeezed. And then Justin Bennett pretty much let us know his perspective around why he hasn't been longing any altcoins right now and won't be in the next week or so. And it's pretty much just how that tether dominance chart is starting to move, and he wants to be hitting that 4.68% mark before we start to purchase altcoins, because that is the key point when you want to start buying, because altcoins at that zone are going to be squeezed like a motherfucker. Overall though, Virtual Bacon kind of talks about exactly the M2 money supply and how it correlates with Bitcoin. And like how I said, go follow Virtual Bacon, go learn a little bit more exactly about him. He has a YouTube channel. Go get good sources of information like this. What I do, guys, is I bring all of the information together for you so that you can pretty much focus on the things that you need to really focus on. But overall, the M2 money supply is really going to let us know when Bitcoin is going to be topping out and altcoins are going to get the liquidity that they need. Mustache talks about how the total 3 chart is back in the falling wedge pattern. He's talking about how this is a disgusting fake out and he hopes you survive the brutal shakeout, and he expects a little choppiness until New Year's Eve and gigantic alt season in Q1. So guys, like how I said, I think overall the markets are going to be pumping with everyone around their families, everyone looking at their crypto portfolios, the holiday season, everyone getting money as well, giving gifts. There's going to be a lot of things going on. So I don't want you to start getting, you know, super euphoric if you start seeing some green in the market. At the end of the day, we are going to start seeing pumps, but we're going to see a significant dump as well if that tether dominance and Bitcoin dominance start to shoot up. Me currently, I was going to purchase some altcoins today, and honestly, there's a few positions that I'm still looking at, but at the end of the day, I honestly want to wait for the ginormous dip, the huge dip that is more than likely going to be happening in the next, I would say, 2 to 3 weeks. And at the end of the day, if that happens, I'm going to be in a better position to allocate rather than try to allocate while everything is pumping. But guys, that is currently what's taking place in the market. Specific indicators you need to be focusing on that's going to let you know where liquidity is moving in the market, as well as overall the sentiment around altcoins. Everything right now is in the green, not significantly, but we could be seeing some more pumps just because everybody is with their families, everyone's looking at their portfolios, and everybody wants to make money. But when everyone starts to make that money and all of the seasonality and, you know, how everyone feels wears off, everyone's going to want to start taking profits. Liquidity is going to start shifting back into Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to start pumping back up, and altcoins are going to get squeezed. And you need to anticipate this so that you have an understanding and don't feel, you know, the massive pain whenever you see your altcoins getting squeezed. But overall, guys, if I can give you any piece of advice right now, it's be patient. Dollar cost average, be patient, and understand that dips are more than likely still going to take place. Whenever alt season is actually happening and there's no other things that are, you know, pointing to the fact that alts are going to start to shoot up, believe me, I'm going to be letting you know on this channel. I'm going to be telling you Bitcoin dominance more than likely has peaked out. Altcoins are going to get the liquidity that they need, and we're going to be rallying. But right now is really key to keep up with these specific indicators, because if they start rallying, you need to know how your altcoin portfolio is going to get hit. But new to my channel, go and check out the rest of my content. I'm an intermediate trader documenting my journey, showing you guys my wins, my losses, keeping you guys updated around specific indicators and charts around Bitcoin, around altcoins, just so you can understand how liquidity happens in the markets, how you can rotate your coins to make the most money, as well as overall the overall sentiment from altcoin investors, specific traders, analysts, and exactly how you can position yourself to make the most gains. I am currently, you know, just waiting. I need more information. The markets are pumping. Everything is, you know, correlated to the fact that people are gonna have more time, and in that sense, I need to pretty much just step back and look at the markets and keep updated with what's going on. Overall though, this weekend I'm going to be dropping exactly a video around meme coins and AI coins. I had a few recommendations around specific meme coins and AI coins. Any recommendations, guys, drop them down below, and whenever I make those videos, I'll cover those specific coins. I do like to cover more larger, low cap coins, if that makes sense, not completely degen buys, just because those more likely you can get super shreked on, especially meme coins. So overall though, stay tuned for those videos. Any suggestions, questions, drop them down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.